Hey, boy, how's everyone? What's up, y'all? I'm starting a new process, transitioning from Facebook Live to the Patreon app, and also using YouTube a little bit more, using my YouTube channel more to do Ifa work. So, yeah, hopefully y'all enjoy. All right, so let's propitiate Eshu. Eshu. Omi tutu, una tutu, ele tutu, ashe tutu, ai tutu, tutu shu pwe, shalore tutu. Eshu, elegba maniko, elegba mayoko, elegba phone tilesele. Eshu, we come propitiating you on Ose Ifa to ward off all death, sickness, cases, controversies, ward off fights, litigation, losses in our fights from us. Bring forth to us longevity, prosperity, victory over adversity, peace of mind, joy, wealth, healing, and all the good things of life. Come propitiating with Ogbe and Ogbe. Ile mopel, se debere mopel, lomin tutu mopel, alamia mopel, benda mopel, shu mopel, shu. Take away death, take away sickness, conflicts, vice, litigation. I should accept this Ogbe, so we're Eshu, with Oti, you accept this Ogbe. With Epo, do you accept this Ogbe? With Omi Tutu. Omi Tutu. Alright. Take this water to elevate all situations and cool things out. Hashem. The next 5 days being Irete. Obi, Akwani. Ashe. What type of Irete? Aiku. Airborne at Oti. Sure. We're at that point Oti. Eshu. Take all the jogo from us. Kuru kuru wede. Difa for no. Alright. Let's go inside. Word. All right. Get this light. Get it cracking. All right. Ifa, we come propitiating you. with Ogbe and Ogbe today. Ogunda Bede. Ogunda Bede, when Ogunda Bede appears in consultation. The Omar War will have enough to eat. The Omar War will have enough to drink. The Omar War will establish himself, cast Ifa for Olodumare Agotu, the Oba who does things miraculously. There is nothing that Olodumare cannot do. He made the cool breeze in the cool weather. He made the dryness of the dry season. He made the dryness of the Hamaratan. There is nothing Olodumare cannot do. Ifa, we come propitiating with Obi and Ogbe. Ile mo peo, situbere mo peo, lumi tutu mo peo, lumi mo peo ba. Obe inda mo peo, Ifa, mo peo, Ifa, mo peo, Ifa, mo peo. Except this rope goes around. Ah, sure. Take away death, take away sickness. Ifa, my next 5 days will be Irete. Ah, sure. Type of Irete. Aiku. Sure. All right. All right, I pray that everybody's doing good. Just want to do something, hopefully quick and meaningful on the subject of Itefa, initiation. So, Abora boy, I pray that everyone's good. So today I wanted to talk about Ifa initiation and the process of that in a general sense and what that does and how that benefits one's life. So I have 2 Ifa verses that I wanted to talk about, and those Ifa are Ogbe Ka, and the last is Ogbe Ate. So in terms of this Ifa, in terms of this, everyone should know what Itelodu is. And Itelodu is basically the process of getting initiated to Ifa. And this is a process of a person basically coming into contact with their destiny and learning their destiny and their purpose of this life and this incarnation. So that's the main purpose of Itelodu, is to get a person in tune with their destiny and also for them to receive, to cast their Odu so that they have a better idea of what their purpose is in life, what their do's and what their don'ts are. So I want to present 2 particular examples of what one must experience or one must do when they get initiated. The first is pretty interesting because Ogbe Ka talks about when a person is getting initiated, when they get initiated, why they get initiated, and some people get initiated to save their life. And in this sense, the Osu staff, which is very important in Itefa initiation, is getting initiated. So Ogbe Ka says, I stood for so long, but I was unable to reach the Isin fruits. I also stooped for so long, but I was unable to reach Isin fruits. My gratitude to my elders of note, who asked me to prostrate effortlessly. I prostrated without effort. Isin fruits dropped into my hands. Isin fruits dropped into my mouth. These Ifa's declarations to Ejika Gogogo, who shall carry Osu to Igbodu. Their advice to offer Ebo, they complied. Let Osu stand erect. Let Awo not lie down sick. Standing erect must be the way we always find Osu. So in terms of this is talking about the Osu staff. And I can go show you what that looks like. But the Osu staff is the staff of the Babalao. And it always must be standing erect. It must be standing up. And this Osu is basically the sign of the health of the Babalao, the health of the Ifa. This is what it symbolizes. And basically, as long as it's standing erect, what it means is that it will always be there to support the life and the livelihood of that owl. So in terms of this, the Osu staff itself was going into be initiated, and in order for it to be initiated, what was happening, in order for the Osu staff to be initiated, it was going to get initiated because it was very sick, and initiation would assist in making the Osu staff well. So part of the thing in terms of getting initiated into Ifa is this process of healing. Some people get initiated and they don't get initiated in order to, they're not initiated to be the Babalao or the Ianifa of the community. They're not initiated to do the work that, let's say, myself does or other Awos who might work for the community. Some people are initiated just to support themselves, to support their household, to support their family. And that is, that's the main purpose in terms of this Odu. The Osu staff had to be initiated in order to assist in his own health and development. All right. So also it says in this Ifa that I stood for a long time, but I was unable to reach Essene fruits. I kneeled down for a long time, but I was unable to reach Essene fruits. And then once the person is initiated, all they did was when they prostrated effortlessly. They prostrated themselves down as the elders told them to do. Then all of a sudden, Essene fruit fell into their hands. Essene fruit fell into their mouth with ease, without effort. And this is in essence, what happens in terms of Itefa. Once a person embraces and they go through the process and they follow the do's and the don'ts, then their destiny comes to them a little bit more easily than it would for an individual who doesn't go through the same process. All right, so let's talk about the Odu Ifa, Ogbe Ate. Ogbe on the right, Irete on the left. Ifa says, Ogbe, come and be initiated in order to be comfortable. To take a hand of Ifa, then be fully initiated is the pride one has in Ifa. These were the decorations of Ifa to Orunmila when he planned to initiate his child. Orunmila was advised to offer sacrifice. He complied. When I received my hand of Ifa, my father then performed the initiation for me. Lack of wisdom, lack of deep thought, these are what compel people to be initiated repeatedly on 3 occasions. After being initiated, the issue of Eshu Odara needs to be taken seriously. Why must Eshu Odara be given extra consideration? After being initiated, we must not use a worn out twisted rope to climb a palm tree. We must not jump into the river without knowing how to swim. We must not take undue risk, which may cause our life. We must not have the wife of an awo. We must not snatch the wife of a medicine man. We must not have illicit carnal knowledge of the wife of a ritualist. We must not plan evil against our friend with his wife. We must not lie to our oluo. Any matter that had been exhaustively addressed We must not raise it again. Orunmila was the priest who initiated Akoda. He also initiated Asheda. He equally initiated Araba. Only Orunmila Agbaniregu was he whom we do not know who initiated him. Now, after I have been initiated, I will surely undertake another self-initiation. All what were my taboos, I will surely avoid those things. I had been initiated, and I will reinitiate myself. So this Ifa talks about the do's and the don'ts of an awo. If you consider yourself to be a good awo, there are things that you don't do. You don't lie to your Lord. You don't fornicate with the wife of any other man. You don't fornicate with the husband of any other woman. You do not snatch the wife of an awo. You do not snatch the husband of an Ianifa. You do not snatch the wife of a medicine person. You don't do these things. And you don't basically, when an issue comes up, you handle that matter, and once it's handled, you don't bring it up again. These are some of the general taboos in terms of being initiated. Also, what this Ifa is saying is you don't do things that you don't know how to do. You don't say, I know how to do a tefa, and then you don't know how to do it and mess up somebody's life. You don't say, I know how to make a hand of Ifa, and you don't know how to do that, and you do it and you mess up somebody's life. You don't do things that you don't know how to do. You don't jump into deep water if you don't know how to swim. You don't you don't climb a ladder if you know that it's faulty. If you don't climb a rope if you know that it is brittle and twisted and about to break. These are things in Ifa that you don't do. Other things in terms of what this Ifa is saying is one gets initiated because they do not know. They don't know their destiny. And also they want to confirm their destiny. This Ifa says, as I said before, Ogbe, come and be initiated in order to be comfortable. To take a hand of Ifa and then be fully initiated is the pride one has in Ifa. So what this is saying is it is one's pleasure, it is one's pride for you to be initiated to Ifa. That's a good thing for us to do and to be a part of, to be initiated to Ifa. And in terms of getting initiated to Ifa, how do we then transform that? How do we take it to the next level? Ifa says, once you do all those great things, you get initiated, you follow your taboos, you do the right thing, then it's important for you to continue to study. It's important for you to then initiate yourself. Orunmila is the only one who we don't know who initiated him. So what is that saying to us? That's also saying that nobody can basically initiate themselves. You can reinitiate yourself after you've been initiated the one time. And what is the reinitiation process? The reinitiation process is studying, learning, going to your Baba Ifa, going to your Iya Ifa, studying with them, getting more information, studying the Ifa corpus. These are the ways and processes by which a person reinitiates themselves. So why is all of this important? So that we can live our full destiny, so that we can live our destiny. And also once we have a keen and we do the things that we're supposed to do, once we have Ifa, when we pass away, it's easier to leave a legacy that others can follow. Also, one's Ikin Ifa is the thing that is the passport into the inner sanctums of Orun, of the sky world. So in terms of that, we want to have our Akin so that we can, because our Akin is our visa the Akin is our passport to get into the inner workings of the sacred grove in heaven. So that's in essence what we're trying to do, to live our full destiny, to leave a legacy of character, to use Ifa to elevate and transform our lives. So in terms of that, that's in essence the goal of a good Ifa follower. The goal of a good Awo is to live a life of good character, and to do so in a way that you leave a legacy that others can follow. So in terms of that, what must be done in terms of a tefa? In terms of a tefa, everyone, Itelodu, in terms of itefa, excuse me, everyone can be initiated. Anyone can be initiated to Ifa. And in terms of that, all the Orisha, all the Irumale were initiated to Ifa, with the exception of one. The only one who was not ever initiated was Ose. Ose was never initiated to Ifa, and the reason was because Ose felt that he had superior knowledge of the plants and the elements. And Okaran Oturupon, that Ifa talks about his arrogance and how Orunmila taught him humility, or how he was humbled before Ifa. But in terms of that Ifa, the important thing to note is that anyone can get initiated to Ifa. It's open to everyone. You don't have to divine somewhere and say, should I get initiated? No. You can just go to the Awo and say, I would like to be initiated to Ifa. I want to learn my destiny. There are people in the homeland right now who have Ifa and don't necessarily do rituals for anybody else. They just do them for themselves and their family. They have Ifa to support their business. They have Ifa to support their lives. They have Ifa to support their children. And that's good. You don't have to be a quote-unquote out-and-out practicing Awo. All you really need to do is follow your destiny. So hopefully that made sense and it's helpful to you all. Aboro boy, I'll talk to you soon. Those of you who want to link me on Patreon, you can link me there. And then I'll also be featuring this video on Facebook for individuals who want to learn more, and also to promote the Patreon app that I'm working on. So, Aboro boy, let me see how to turn this thing off. All right. Let me see. Oops, I think I'm done. Am I doing it right?